Hello everyone, I'm Harrison, and today I am with Scott of Big Lick Fly Fishing in Salem. Nice to see you, man.
It's good to be here, Harrison. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Scott's going to take us fly fishing today. And Scott, what is the history of fly fishing? What should we know about fly fishing?
Man, that's a great question. You know, as far back as we have records, we know that people used feathers and pieces of fabric to catch fish. That's the beginnings of fly fishing.
And Scott, what makes fly fishing fly fishing?
Well, the difference between fly fishing and other types of fishing. Other types of fishing, you're going to literally cast a lure or some type of bait.
Right.
But with fly fishing, you're casting line.
Okay.
And that's the big difference.
Yeah.
That's where you get the artistic loops and you get the line going out and floating on top of the water. That's the big difference between fly fishing and regular fishing. And so what makes it fly fishing is literally we fish the insects.
Okay.
And we are a big word, but it's part of it, entomology, the study of bugs. And that's what we use to fish. Now, we'll use all different kinds of materials to tie those, but that's primarily how we do it.
And I see you have a ton of flies back there.
All different kinds. And we try to what's called match the hatch, Harrison.
Okay.
Harrison, we try to match the hatch. We look at what's going on in the surroundings, and then we try to match our flies with the insect.
So how do you figure out what flies you need?
Man, that's a great question. That is, you ask any fly fisherman that question, and they're going to look at you with the same response.
Okay.
You just take some time. You look at the flies in the air or on the ground, maybe on the vegetation or even under a rock, and you look and see. And different times of the year will produce, of course, different insects. For instance, right now, it's the spring of the year. And so mayflies are getting ready to hatch. And there'll be a March brown or a green drake or an Isonychia bicolor or even a baetis, that's really small. And so we'll tie flies just like this one right here, to mimic the flies that are on top of the water. And so we'll tie it, and that's exactly how we'll do it. And mayflies will go to the sky, they'll come back down, they'll mate, they'll lay eggs, and so you're fishing the insect, whatever it's doing. And then you'll have grasshoppers and beetles and ants and everything like that throughout the year. That's fly fishing.
I would say you become one with the bug almost.
That's it. You kind of try to figure out whether it is an adult or whether it's a nymph, which it means it's just in a baby stage on the bottom of the river, and you're fishing that all the way through.
Very cool. And so I see behind there's a lot of gear here.
A lot of gear.
What gear are we going to be using today?
Okay, so today we have a great opportunity of fishing some private water and small stream fishing. So we're going to wear some waders, some boots. I'm going to have you geared up with your fly rod, your fly reel. And so to make sure that you, first of all, stay warm, stay safe, make sure your feet are protected on the rocks, we're going to have you geared up that way.
Very cool. I can't wait. So Scott, what should we expect today?
Well, today, right now, we're looking at about 60 degrees.
Okay.
There could be some mayfly activity.
Okay.
Some mayflies that we would call hatching, coming off the water. The trout are very active right now. We've come through a long winter, and they're feeding and they're putting on weight. Some of the rainbows are spawning. And so today, we're going to go down. We're going to take a little bit of time and train you and teach you about fly casting. That seems to be what people, that's the biggest hurdle for people. Trying to cast. And then from there on out, we're going to get some bugs on the water and catch some fish. Man,
I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. So Scott, we're out here. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a perfect day. Looking at the water you were talking about earlier, the bugs that we're going to be using, based off what do you think we're going to be using?
Well, you're right. It is an absolute pristine day.
Yeah.
The number one enemy of a fly fisherman is wind, so we've got a little bit of wind today.
Right.
We're going to strictly be using some nymphs.
Okay.
The water is very low right now and gin clear, which means it's exciting because you can see the fish.
Right.
But it's a little bit more difficult because they're very wary of what's coming down in their feeding lanes.
They'll notice me because I'm like 6'2", 270.
They'll see you. So you got to
Yeah.
be careful of casting a shadow,
Right.
Harrison,
Okay.
on the water. But I'm looking forward to having a good day. I think that we're going to catch some fish and using some nymphs to do it.
Well, let's go do it.
So you want to hold on to this.
Okay.
Okay. Stress allowed until you hook one. That's better. Try to keep it off. Abrupt stop. Abrupt stop. Attaboy. So you don't want to go you don't want to go over. You don't want to make an arch.
Right.
You want a straight line. That makes a tight loop and makes it very, very accurate.
Okay.
Just hold your reel, and if he wants to go, zzz, let him go, and then call him back in, back in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Try one more out there.
Okay.
That's good. Real good.
All right, so we didn't catch anything at the first place. Probably beginner luck, I would imagine, because there were a lot of fish. But now we are headed to different waters in hopes to find some fish and catch them. What? I got stuck. There we go. All right, guys, so we went to the second location, couldn't find any fish, definitely didn't catch anything. So now we're going back to the first location, and I am super motivated now to actually catch something. I'm not leaving. I'll be here all night if I have to catch something. So let's go. Oh, look at him come out there. Yeah.
Cast out there. Jeez, a low. You got him. Let him go. Let him go. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Go if he wants to go. Good job. Good job. Go any farther out. Atta boy. Just keep on swinging, keep on swinging, keep on swinging. Good job. And Harrison, I want to thank you for you have retrieved one of my flies.
Oh yeah. It has a lot more respect for fishing because you feel their life in your hand.
Oh yeah.
You feel like the heart beating, stomach going.
That's a beautiful fish. You're supposed to revive it or plan to revive it as long as it took to fight it. Out of respect for the fish. Right now, reviving it, yeah. I'm letting it get oxygen back in its gills. It'll get energy back and it'll take off. And I never let it go until it has got its energy back and can leave my hands by itself. And these fish, they're so big, they fight. And see how he kicks off by himself.
So Scott, thank you so much. We caught a fish.
Yep.
It took all day,
yeah,
but I finally got one.
You did, man. You did a great job. Good casting for your first time. You did great.